This is section 11.3 notes. In today's section, we are going to be dividing polynomials by monomials. Remember, polynomials are just equations that have more than 2 or 3 parts, and monomials just have one part. So we're going to take multiple parts and divide by one part. This is actually fairly easy. So for example 1, it says, what is 3x squared plus 42x minus 18 divided by 3? So all you have to do is you have to take each individual term and divide it by 3. So divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3, and then simplify. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. X to the second stays the same. Plus 42 divided by 3 gives you 14. X minus 18 divided by 3 is 6. And you've divided the polynomial by the monomial. Not too bad. But then we get into monomials that have letters. Still not bad, so I'm going to take this polynomial, 6x to the third minus 8x squared plus 24x, and I'm going to divide by 6x on all 3 parts. So I'm going to have to divide the numbers, so 6 divided by 6 is 1, and subtract the exponent. So 3 minus 1 gives me x to the second. Minus 8 divided by 6, it doesn't go in nicely, so I'm going to treat this like a fraction. What can I take out of both 8 and 6? What's the highest number possible? And that's a 2. So this is going to simplify down to 4/3, and I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. If you'd like to get it as a decimal, that's fine as well. And then x to the second with an x to the first, if you subtract 2 minus 1, will give you 1. And then 24 divided by 6 will be a positive 4. X to the first and x to the first, 1 minus 1 is 0, so this one will not have an x on it. And that is your final answer. 1x to the second minus 4/3 x, you don't really need to have the to the first, plus 1. Example 3. I'm going to say, what is 9x to the third minus 6x to the second plus 15x divided by 3x to the second? So I have to divide all of these by 3x to the second. So now I'm going to divide the numbers and subtract the exponents. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. For the x's, I'll have 3 minus 2, which is 1, minus 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0, so that one won't have an x. This one will have 15 divided by 3 is 5. 1 minus 2 will actually give me x to the negative first. Now, if you can remember, we can't have negative exponents, so I need to rewrite this in a way. So what happens when you have a negative exponent? That means this whole x goes down in a fraction. So I'm going to rewrite this. Everything else stays the same. So 3x to the first minus 2 plus 5, and to make this positive, I put the x to the first on the bottom of a fraction. And that is going to be my final answer. Again, I just leave this as a fraction. Example 4, which is my last example for today, says what is 8d to the second minus 4d plus 12 divided by 4d to the second. So I'm going to take all of these terms and divide by 4d to the second. So again, dividing the numbers and subtracting the exponents. 8 divided by 4 is 2. For the d's, I have 2 minus 2, which is 0, so I won't have a letter here. Minus 4 divided by 4 is 1. D to the first minus 2 gives me d to the second, or d to the negative first. I'm going to have to then write this one as a fraction. Plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. There is no d's here, so that's like d to the 0 power. So I'll have 0 minus 2, which will give me d to the negative second. Again, I have a negative 2, so I'll have to write this guy as a fraction as well. So my last step is just to rewrite using those fractions. So I can keep 2 and the minus. The 1 goes on the top, and the d goes on the bottom, and that turns to a positive 1. Plus 3 goes on the top, and d goes on the bottom, and this exponent goes from a negative 2 to a positive 2. And that is my final answer.